Teaquilters. Whoops. Hey guys. Sorry I'm late. I've had to help my husband. He decided not at the last minute. He actually left here a couple hours ago, but he went to every store he could think of, and so I was helping him bring all of his wares into the house. So let's see who is here. Hopefully you all can hear me. I'm in a different location because I'm working on long arm quilting. Need to get some of that stuff done. Let's see. Okay, so I'm not getting dates and times again. I don't know what's up with that. Oh gosh. Live chat. Okay, just trying to make sure I at least got everybody's chat because I don't have a time that you all are posting right now. Again. All right, so we're going to start up at the top, guys. And hopefully everybody can hear me. Can you hear me? Can somebody just type in yes, just to make sure? I got my receiver, my mic's right here. Instead of on me. So, thank you. All right, up at the top. Let's see. TNC Norton was here. And then she was saying hello to Prince Sings. So Prince Sings must have been here. And I don't have anything that happened prior to that. Teresa Louise, I quote too. Hey, Teresa. And Delia Castro Shorts here. Ellen Campbell of Campbell Creations is here. Stephanie of Memoirs of a Longhorn Quilter. Thank you, Stephanie. She said, we're here, T. Take your time. I try to get in here on time because I feel like it's rude to be late. But that just happened when he just got home. So it was like 3 minutes before I was supposed to go live. Hey, Judy. And let's see. Deborah Holloway saying good evening, everyone. Mary says good evening, Teaquilters. Rose Hinton, good evening, everyone. Delia Castro Shorts here. Beverly Aikens. Maxie Doodle saying hi, everyone. Hi, T. Quilt Gal, also the same thing. Darlene Crosby, hey, T and friends. Colleen is saying she's Colleen, but I don't expect anyone to remember that. There are so many to try and remember, laughing out loud. Yeah, it is a little challenging when you're trying to remember everybody's name when they got something else up different, but that's fine. I'll try. May not be successful. Hi from Brazil, from Jacara. Hi, Jacara. Welcome. Not going to even try the rest of your name. Robin Boyd's here saying hello to you and everyone. Debbie saying hi to you and everyone. So we got a Deborah and a Debbie. And Leah Bryant. Hi, Leah. She says hi to you and Quilters. And Win Sprinter saying hello to you and everyone. Maureen McLeland. Hello and welcome to the channel. Appreciate you popping in a comment as well. Making sure I get everybody. Kate Pennington says, hello, quilters, checking in from California and working on some machine applique. Yes. I think it's nice to do long arm quilting. Yes. I'm get you down before, it seemed like you wanted to tilt off the stand. So I'll try to see if I can put you all down a little bit more. Although you're not going to be able to see what I'm quilting. Um, I need to figure out how to record and use like my GoPro and stuff like that, because I have a GoPro that's on this machine, and it points straight down onto what I'm quilting. I just need to figure out how to do all of that. Jazzy Joyce is here. Hi, Joyce. Says hi, Tan, everyone. Hope all is well. Sheila Willis says good evening, everyone. And T, rainy in Tennessee. Well, I'm glad I'm gone. Cynthia Washington saying hello, everyone. Remo JS, hello. Says good evening, Miss T and Quilter. 17 thumbs up, 55 people watching. Come on, let's thumbs it up. Thank you, all the people that's saying hello, for me to know if I was being heard. So I appreciate that. And Seabrax is here as well, saying yes. Remo says, did you check your mail? I just checked my mail. Got quite a few things, so thank you. I got your payment today. Got some people's bus trips as well, so thank you for that. I did get one other thing in the mail. I'll open it up in a minute. When Sprinter says, yes, I can hear you all the way from Maryland. And see, when I cut this mic down, then people said he can't hear. So I'm in a catch-22, because I go listen to myself afterwards, and I'm like very loud that I got to cut my television down. As soon as I cut the mic down a little bit, people say they can't hear. So Laura Austin says hello from Jacksonville, Florida. Hello, Laura. Inga Greens here saying hello, everyone from Virginia. Phyllis G. Hey, Phyllis, saying hi, T and everyone. My brother's here. Hi, sis and everyone. Stay safe. And you got my thumbs up. So thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Laura's also reminding people to thumbs up. Susan T says hi, T and everyone. Sheila Willis saying hi, everyone. Barbara Polk is here. Hi, Eric Oda. He's talking about, please don't adjust your eyes. I'm here. Hello, everyone. How are you? Larry LaWayne's here saying, love your t-shirt. Thank you. It actually glows in the dark, too. Dolores Phelps says, hello, T and all quilters. Susan T is here. Cynthia Maria Fields reminding people to hit the thumbs up. June Hansen says hi, T and everyone. Hey, June. And I'm trying to make sure I get everybody. Not that I have anything to do today. I've been busy. Tananya Roberts saying evening all. Janet Mackerel, hello to all. You all are talking to each other, which is really good. Sue is here, GSD. Hi, Sue. I didn't see. I must have passed it up or couldn't get to it. But I have been actually quilting. That's all I've been doing since Wednesday. That's what I was doing last week, so I'm trying to get caught up on some quilting. And I didn't have an hour to waste. I'm actually doing custom quilting on this quilt. This is actually Dee Dee Hansen's quilt. I don't know if she's in here. This is her Brightly quilt, and so I am in the process of doing it, and it just takes a little while. So that's what I'm going to be doing today as I chat with you guys. Hemo says it came out right. Maxie Doodle would love to hear you better, T. So she's saying she can't hear. Okay, I'm going to cut this mic off for just a minute. All right. I think I should be back with audio. If not, let me know. I should be okay though. Let's see. Larry says it looked like you had a fun trip from your photo shared. Yes, he's talking about my trip to Nashville with my friend. We did a 2-night girls trip into Nashville last week, Thursday night, Friday night. And I also stopped in Paducah on the way down and the way back. That was my rest stop. And I had a good time. Always glad to be back home, though. Hey, Bonita Nance. And Sue is saying it's 69 days until retreat. Yes. When she starts saying it's 20 days, I'm going to be stressed out. Let me put this down. See, that's what I'm saying. We got different people. Okay, I just took it down 2 notches. If that's fine, let me know. See, Patty G come back loud in capitalized letters and clear. So yeah, so everybody adjust your volume since I don't put it right here. And when I'm looking down, I'm actually right on the mic when I'm reading. So and Eric trying to be bad, want to see me panic. Okay, it's 20 days plus 49 days till retreat. Thinking of retreat. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Wind Sprinter and Miss Topaz is reminding people to hit the thumbs up, as well as Stephanie. So thank you, quilters. And I did, if you are on the bus trip, signed up for the bus trip, or you are on the retreat, I sent out a survey through SurveyMonkey. So check your mail, check your spam mail. And Missouri Star has different bus packages that they have put together. And so I went through there and just did a survey to see what people might be interested in doing for the bus trip. One of the things that I am most interested in is that I plan to go to the quilt museum while I was down there, because I've been to Missouri Star. So it's not going to take me that long. I'm losing my britches now that I got the the mic holder on my thin pants. But they have a quilt museum in Hamilton, and it's got like all the different sewing machines that she's collected. I know that's one area. I don't know if there's other stuff in there, but the admission for that is normally $12. And if you are on the bus, those tickets are $5 instead. So that's what I'm interested in, that type of stuff. So make sure that you go look at the survey so I can know how many tickets to get. So I won't know who actually asked for the tickets, I guess. I don't know. This is my first time doing SurveyMonkey, but I don't think so, because on a survey you shouldn't know who answered yes or no to what. You would think. But I don't know. I did ask for you to put your name in so I would know who needs a ticket or not, but just trying to go by names and number of people that said they want a ticket. Hopefully it all matches up. Ugh, I just broke a nail somewhere. And of course, I'm in here and I'm just going to pull it off. Ah, I cut it. When stuff is bothering you and you just got to get rid of it, you do whatever. So please check your emails. If you haven't seen it already, then please check your spam mail. Okay, and Sue says that it sounds better on me. Is no echo. I don't hear echo when I'm on my television, so that was good. Claudette Bettis is here saying hello to everyone. Hey, Claudette. I'll be seeing you in 69 days. What day is the Missouri Star quilt trip? I might swing by. You know, they got Hawaii opened up now. You might need to go home, Eric. See your mama. But it's June 15th. It's on a Wednesday. And Sue talking about, ooh, sewing machine collection. Yes. She has shown, I've seen it on her personal page where she's shown a picture of that room. And it is filled top to bottom to, I don't know if they're all toy sewing machines or what, but it's filled with machines. And even if they're toy machines, that's a heck of a collection of machines. So it's pretty cool. So yes. What am I doing? I'm in my long arm area. When I tried to tilt you down earlier, this thing wanted to fall. Now you can't see any of this. It's so light, you're not going to see any detail. But I'm actually quilting Dee Dee's quilt, and I just finished my second row, and I'm about to start the third row. But I need to come back and baste first. So let me baste. I just rolled it right before I came live, and then realized my husband had went to 5 to 15 different stores and had all kinds of stuff to bring in the house. That's what happened when you go shopping hungry. I think he went to Sam's, Walmart, and Snooks. And then he went to the post office too. So he was the one that brought the mail in today. So I just need to come down here and clip this really quick. And I got to baste this in too. But we'll put this up here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to read this without holding it tonight. I got it sitting on my stool. And it's padded. Hold on. There's a video on YouTube about the Missouri Quilt Museum. Okay, that's pretty cool. Hey, Tiffany. Tiffany is here. Hey, girl, I saw you with your sewing machine just gone. That is pretty cool. Sue saying, what size is the throat of your machine? I have a 22-inch gamma, which means I can easily quilt about 16 to 17 inches, if, you know, and I deduct that from that because I also use leader grips, which are these to hook up my machine. And then in my leader, I have a blue rod that's in my machine. Leader Grip is the first company that came out with this, and then it was kind of pirated by one of her employees, you know, with the other company that has this system. But yeah, but I do leader grip, so that takes up room too because I need a little bit more space when I go to load on for that. So I always just say that I can do around 15 inches comfortably for a whole quilt, no matter what size it is. Because you can start out quilting 18 inches, and when you get to the bottom and you need that 18 inches and you can't quilt it, you're in trouble. So I always go with the minimum that I can do, and I would say around 15 inches on any size quilt. And Maxie Doodle go, this is fun. We are in your quilting room. Yep, today you are for a little bit. Hey, Delonda. She says, hi, everyone. Good evening. I'm packed in the car for my retreat, except sewing machine and my suitcase. So that's pretty awesome. I don't think I'm going to be able to put this phone back there. Trying to see. I see better up close without any glasses. And
Stephanie talking about thanks for the history on the leader grips versus, you know what I'm talking about. Yep. You know what? I don't know why. When I go to quilt shows, especially if it's a small company, I guess I sit down and I talk to these people. I give them more time than the average person at a quilt show. A lot of times their booths are not small companies that are not selling fabric. Their booths are not normally packed. And I feel like sometimes they can feel like they're just at the show and nobody's paying them any attention until the 100 or so people that probably buy product from them buy product. So whenever I go into the quilt show and I see small businesses that have great products, especially, I just go in and I just chat with them, see how they're doing. Do you need anything to drink? Anything like that, especially if they're in their booth by themselves. Most times, because I've helped other booth people, the people that are across from them or next door to them will assist with it and let them go to the restroom and stuff like that. But I always offer them a drink or anything. Most of them bring their own stuff. I already know that, but maybe you could have forgotten. So I always try to make sure and help the little small companies out. And then it seems like once I start talking to them, I start getting all the information from them. Hi, Kathy, Creative Chaos. She says, hello, quilting friends. So, yes. So, yeah, I enjoy it. So, let me put this thing back on regulate now that I'm through because I'm talking to y'all. Ain't no telling what I'll do. On this quilt, I'm actually using 3 different quilt blocks. And you're not going to be able to see it. Once I get something quilted, I'll, make half of y'all sick and bring you up here and turn you down because I won't be able to see what you're seeing because I'm going to have the camera turned toward the quilt. But hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I picked basically 2 large quilt blocks, and then I also have an area in one of my blocks that isn't touched by it isn't touched by any stitching, my center square in the star block on the brightly. So then I just went in and did the little curved square thing on the inside of that. So that's why it's 3 that's why I'm using 3 different blocks. And Eric talking about, yep, when you get them vendors talking, and boy, they will give us the 411. Yep, they sure will. Hey, Vicky, she says, good evening, Miss T and everyone. Hope you all have a great day today. I haven't even been outside except to help my husband unload that car he had packed. Wait, you have 2 tablets on the sew head? Yes, I do. One tablet runs the, she was looking at these tablets up here, so let me bring it back. The tablet in the back, my vision is ran by this tablet. It has nothing to do with electronics, and it's plugged in into the system. Without this tablet, I can't sew. So I need a tablet to sew in order to change all the different settings that I have on here. I can change 4 settings with my bars here. I got 2. This is a rocker switch. You can do left and right. And so I can change 2 things over here and 2 things over here. And then this is the Butler's Android tablet. And I use it to do custom, well, not custom, any quilting electronically that's computerized. It doesn't matter if it's custom or not. Pantos, but I'm happy to be doing custom today. Thank you, Darlene. She's welcoming everyone joining. Please give T a thumbs up, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notifications and enjoy tonight's live. So I got to go in here into layout and delete all of these patterns that I put in here. I've got 8 blocks in a row here. Dee Dee was on a mission. She made this quilt larger. The regular size quilt is 5 by 6, and her quilt is 8 by 7. So I've got 8 blocks going down this quilt top. So I'm going to minus out everything because I got to start over. So I got like 13 boxes here I need to take out of here. This is the hardest part. It takes a long time to set up. It don't take that long to sew. It's the setup. So I think I'm in the 1, and if I hit plus. All right, so I just hit a plus. So I can add a layout box now. I deleted all of my other layout boxes. I'm in layout. I'm going to be making layout box number 2 because layout box number 1 is the area of my entire quilt. Now, since I'm doing block quilting, I need to go in and make a layout for each block. And the reason why I have to make a layout for each block, we quilters are not robots. We are not robots. And so when we're quilting and stuff, one block is going to vary just enough that if I was doing block to block quilting without telling it where I wanted to quilt, and then I just ran it and just put them all in a row and say, hey, put this quilting on top of this block. Well, if you got some cattywampus, like your seam didn't line up exactly where, at the intersections where you were putting your blocks together, it's going to show up in the quilting. So it's going to go over in some blocks and be short in some other blocks. And then when I get down to the end, I could also be short, some inches or something. So I always just play it safe because I don't want to cry. Because I don't want to be ripping out a whole lot of stitches, okay? So in order for me to prevent that, I avoid it in the first place. And Eric says that the backing fabric is pretty interesting. So yes, that's just an African print. Just one that I had, and then Dee Dee told me to put it aside for her quilt top. So I got my button over here. I'm just going to have to lean in here. And then I'm also trying to make sure that when I'm going 1/4 of an inch away from the seams, I'm not stitching in a ditch. If the customer wants to do that, they can do that. But by the time I get through doing the custom quilting that's required, I don't want to do any stitch in the ditch. That's so easy for people to do on their home machines. You can just run it through the ditch yourself if you want. So I'm not stitching in between the blocks. Most of the time, it's not even necessary once it's quilted. But if you want that, you can do that yourself. So when I do my outer edges, I make sure that I come in about 3/8 of an inch because you got to add binding onto that. So I make it a little bit bigger. So then I'm just going to basically go down this row and make boxes. That's basically what I'm going to do. And, I forgot to open up what I got in the mail too. I don't know what it is. I wasn't expecting it. So that's one pattern box. I also need to add another pattern box inside this pattern box because I need to do that curve in the square or curve square. And I don't have to do it by ruler. I can just tell it to do it. Although I got all the rulers to do this type of stuff with. But, if the machine will do it, why not? I just tell it where the intersection is, and all of them are different. And then once I tell it what I want, it'll stitch it out for me. So I just did 2, and I'm going to do the next block. And sometimes the blocks don't line up, and that's okay. That's why I'm doing each individual block. And you'll never know when it's quilted because it's not going to go into the next block. It just takes a while to set all of this up. So let me see who else is in here. I don't know why I got emojis up on my screen. Hey, Sandra Egger. She says, hey there. Loved ones, I finally made it in. Colette says, T, you always give such good information. Yeah, part of me in teaching, I think what people sometimes miss the boat on, and not in a bad way, I guess, but I always try to tell you things to look out for, because it's so easy to make some mistake and then it's too late. It's already stitched. I already know that I don't want to take anything out. So I try my best to give people the information you'll need so that you're not going to be in a dilemma and then contacting me wanting to know how to fix something later. So, because I sometimes wish somebody had done it for me. So that's kind of how I teach. And then I got that one, and then I got to go in and add another one inside of the star block. Plus. And I'm just going to do 3. I got, like I said, 8 blocks. So I have to do this set 4 times because I'm alternating blocks. So let me put this in the right spot before I get distracted. I think I already hit that one, did I? Yep. See, I was almost distracted, but I looked at the screen and I said I shouldn't have a check mark. Talk about somebody that's easily to be distracted. That's me. Check mark. Uh-oh, I missed the spot. So I just missed the spot, so I'm just going to go in here and tell it to delete that box. And start over again. I hit the button, but it didn't take. Always look at the screen. Always look at that screen. All right, and here's a check mark. Okay, so 1, 2. If I do one more, I'll have half of my row done, and then I'll just start stitching this part. So I have one more block I'm going to do here. I'm trying to see, where did I put that? Okay. Because now that I'm talking to people and got other things to do, I'm being easily distracted. All right, we're going to stop right here. Say check mark. So I just did 4 blocks of patterns. I still have another 4 down there to go, but it doesn't matter. These 4 blocks of patterns, though, I have 6 layout boxes. So now I'm going to go put the patterns in. And I don't have to be that close to you guys because you can't see anyway. Okay, so let me X out of here. Go. I want to go back to box number 2 because that's my first stitch box. And then I can tell it to start putting my patterns in. That's the circle star. Box number 3 is going to be that little curve square, because I got a star box, a star block that needs something in the middle. Stretch that out. Go to box number 4, which is the chain block. It's called SPAN. Where are you? No, it's called Sparkle. SPAR. There you go. Right there. Stretch that out. Box number 5. It's going to be my circle triangle again. Circle triangle. Stretch that out. And I think for my people that use Butler, I think I will do a video on one row of this as well, but I'm not going to do that while I'm trying to be live as well. So if you are a Butler user, I will make a video on this. So that's 5. I want number 6, which is going to be the center square. I need a pattern for that. That's the curve. Square. And we're going to stretch it to fit. And then the last one is number 7, is my chain block for right now anyway. And it's called Sparkle. Think. Yep, that's it. And stretch it out. And then I just walk myself back through here to make sure everything has something. No empty boxes other than my layout box. And that's it. So I've got 6 things that I'm going to quilt here. So I'm going to go to my home and I'm going to press the go button. But when I press the go button, instead of just pressing the check mark to stitch, I got to press the pattern order button. And then on the screen, it's going to tell me, it's going to give me all of those shapes that I just put in there. And I'm just going to hit the all because I put them in order. So normally I would have 13 things if I would have done the whole row. And now I'm going to hit the green button. But I do like to walk my machine closer to where it's going to start so it's not dancing across the screen. It just takes longer for it to start. So we're going to be doing a start block first. And as I said, I'll show you all this once it's stitched out, what I'm stitching here. And then I'm just going to be chatting with you guys in a minute while this stitch is out. And I knew I wasn't going to be on long because this is only an hour. So I decided not to go into my room trying to figure out stuff to do for an hour when I'm not really sewing right now. And I didn't have any other topics, so I'm working with you guys. So let's go back and see. T squirrel. All right. That's why I tell everyone to check her out. She's honest as the day is long. I wish other YouTubers so that instead of trying to hustle us. Francis Jackson, that was from Rose, Remo JS. Francis Jackson says, hi T and everyone. And she's checking in from rainy Michigan. So that's Michigan and Tennessee. And it's going to be a whole lot more. I saw Wyoming is getting ready for some high winds up there. And yes. So yeah, so let me show you all it's stitching. And hopefully nothing goes astray here because I can't tell what you're going to see. So you can't hardly see. It's stitching this star. And it's about to end the stitching. And then it's going to make a jump stitch and go into the center of that star and stitch a curved square. Normally I would catch the jump stitch so that it's not stitching. My stitching isn't going around it, but I'm just going to let it go because I only got 2 hands and I'm holding the iPad. It's going to tie off stitching here, and then it's going to jump into the next square, and it's going to start stitching the next design. Again, when it does this tie off stitch, I would normally cut my connecting thread so nothing stitches over the top, but I'll just pull them out of there. I just want you to see it take off. And I'm hoping you can see some of the stitching because I can't see what you're seeing. I'm looking at the back of an iPad. Okay, and then that's the end. And then because that jump stitch and the next one is so far away, I have mine set that it won't jump any more than 10 inches, which is just, it's a safety thing for me. And so I have to now cut the thread myself and tell it that I'm ready for it to start again. So I'm going to put you guys back. All right. Sharon Lewis says, hi, Tea and Quilters. I'm just in time to catch the chat from Washington, D.C. Hi, Sharon. Beautiful prints. Yes, there's it's a lot of pretty fabrics in here. And a lot of these are mine, but she also had some in her stash, I think, because it's a few of them I don't recall. Cardinal opening day is tomorrow. Jonah Crutchfield says, hello from windy western Colorado. Hi, Jonah. And Larry's looking for some rain in North California, yes. Erling Butler's here saying, hi, Tea and fellow quilters. Also missed you all. Eric needs a car wash. Send some of that rain to Southern California, too. Debbie saying, love the colors of the material, yes. They're gorgeous, gorgeous. Debbie Dunn says, what kind of long arm do you have, T? And then she says, hi, T and everyone. Okay. I actually have a Gamma Vision 2.0. Apparently, they had a Gamma Vision before this one. I don't know anything about that, so I can't help you with that. But I don't know what the difference is. Maybe because it's run on tablet. So I'm basically now just going ahead and cutting this thread. So the thing with electronic computerized sewing is it's great when it's working. And then when it starts to malfunction or stuff starts to act up, it can be your worst nightmare. So it has its pros and cons. For some reason, every time I tell it to start over here, it always does a fast jump and then it jumps back into position where it's going to start. It'd be like 2 stitches off. It just runs over here like it wants to sew. Something awful. It wasn't bad that time. Just curious, where are you located? I'm in St. Louis, Missouri. So I'm just, I'm basically babysitting. So I stand here, or where my other phone is, right under here, I have a stool. Sometimes I'll sit, but on blocks, when they're stitching out pretty fast, I tend to stand with my machine because I don't want anything to happen where especially a customer's quilt could get damaged. So I'm making sure that I'm here to catch it when it's doing jump stitches. But like I said, if you have Butler, I'll show you how I actually stitch this quilt out too. On a separate video. And my dad built my mom a good sized sewing room so she could get a long arm, but then my sister moved in to have her baby. There went the sewing room. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That is horrible. You know you got something coming and then it's all of a sudden gone. That was from Larry. Or so it's cutting off thread again. Tying off, it's going to do that center star again. It's already 7:51. Goodness gracious. We've been live 46 minutes. I came in late today for those that just came in. It's a little bit late today. Cut my connecting threads here. And then also, you know, I'm cutting connecting threads on top. I do that so that my hopper foot doesn't get caught in them. But also remember that there are going to be connecting threads on the bottom if you are quilting for other people. You need to make sure you cut those threads too. It's not their, somebody pay you to quilt their quilt. It's not their job to cut all of your jump stitches. You need to cut those as well. Thank you, Deborah. She says, great quilt is looking great. And hi, Rhonda Boileau. Get to meet you in 69 days. No, that's Robin Boyd. I'm sorry. Is Rhonda Boileau on retreat? I can't remember. I've been all into lists and I can't remember stuff. Delia says, so are you doing something different in each block? No, there are 2 blocks on this quilt. And so I have 2 main blocks that are quilting. And then one spot on one block has an open spot that no stitching is in. So I'm adding some stitching there. So I'm using 3 different patterns to quilt this quilt. But there are 2 blocks, so I'm alternating where they go. And customizing how they quilt out based on the block sewing. Sandra, 91 degrees today in the Bear. Oh my God, I was outside. I got on capri pants and I was outside today when I went out to help my husband. I just went out like this. Yeah, I'm so happy we getting some weather that's not so cold. I hate putting on coats and stuff. I want it to stay like this all the time. Debbie Allen says, T, are you self-taught with all that you do? For the most part, yes. When I first started, I come from sewing background. And then I made a block of the month from the store for quilting. I thought quilting was hard when I first started sewing, so I started making clothes instead. But then I had a store that was doing a block of the month, had very minimal instructions. I just figured them out. A friend and I, we both were sewers. And we both became quilters at the same time. And basically self-taught. We did go take a class, no, 2 classes. I'd say about, it took us 6 months to make the first quilt. So I'm going to say about 9 months in, we took a class. It was for the carpenter's wheel. And it wasn't the one that you make with half square triangles. This is the one where you made them with diamonds, a true carpenter wheel quilt. And it had the class listed at intermediate, and we was like, you know, we made a whole quilt by ourselves. You know, we can go to this class. And so we went to the class, and the first thing she said, she can tell we ain't got none of what she about to say, but she said, You're going to rotary cut some 2.5-inch strips. And we're looking at her like, what do you mean by rotary cut? Because we have been making everything with templates and template plastic and, just measuring with rulers and cutting. Like not quilting rulers either. I'm talking about like sewing equipment rulers. So when I made my log cabin quilt, I basically just used my regular rulers for measurement and just made my log cabin logs the size they told me to cut them. I had long quilt rulers for sewing. But yeah, most of it probably was with a yardstick, okay? But yeah, basically self-taught with most of the stuff that I do. I don't take too many classes. Oh, okay. Rhonda's not at retreat. Okay, after I said it, I think it's Robin that's coming to retreat, not Rhonda. Janani says, T, what's that turnaround time for quilting? Okay, it depends on what's going on. If I'm making quilt kits or something, if I'm cutting, I'll use my long arm on the other side to sort those type of things out. So then my long arm is not in commission. But for people that I normally quilt for, I try to do a month. If it's going to be longer than a month, I let people know before they give it to me. Because I know when I was getting people to long arm quilt for me, I hated when I couldn't get my quilts back in a timely manner. So, and everything takes time. It takes time for people to make stuff. It takes time for people to quilt stuff. It takes time when they get their quilts back to put the bindings on. So I'm trying to be cognitive of that. But also, if I just can't do it in a month, I do let people know. But I'm probably one of the few quilters that you will meet that try to do a 30-day turnaround. And most times I'm a week or two turnaround. It just depends on what's going on. Right now I'm in quilting mode, so I'll be quilting for a while. Helena says, I'm excited about the retreat for all who's going. I'm not going, but that's the time frame for my new house to be built. Excited for all. Well, excited for you, Helena, and congratulations on your new house. So yes, that's pretty cool. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It just did my last stitch out while I was chatting with you guys, because I only put 4 of the 8 blocks in. So it just did my 4, which actually is 6 because I had 2 star blocks that I had to put an extra pattern in. So I just sewed 6 pattern boxes. Oh, I do want to open this. This came in the mail today from Lois Brown. And I definitely was not expecting anything, so I have no idea what this is. So let's check this out. All the other mail I've opened up because they were envelopes. So I opened those up and put them over on my desk so I can process people payments. They're like bus payments and retreat payments and things like that. She says, Miss T, I've enclosed an African print panel you may want to add to your collection or pass on in a giveaway. I worked with a nun who gave me 3 panels, of which I used 2. The one I'm giving you is a different weight cotton from what you're using. I just think it's an interesting conversation piece. A nun from Nigeria gave the panels to my friend. She in turn gave me the fabric. She plans to ask her friend about the panels for me. I'll let you know. And P.S. Once again, thank you for sharing your talent and skills with your followers. Also, you and Kevin bring teamwork, humor, and unity to the quilting community. Well, thank you, Lois. That's too cute. So let's look at this panel that she says is a conversation starter. I think this is some extra piecing of it, maybe. Yeah, I think this is some extra piece. And it's got words on it too. So let's open up the full panel so we can see what it is. So Okay. So, all right. So I'm wondering if this was like a table topper or something. Something you would make like a tablecloth out of originally. I have no idea. But then it has, of course, I can't read this. It has writing on here as well. So let me make sure that's fully in the screen here. So I don't know if that's Swahili or what. But she said it was a different texture. Yeah, see, I think it was a tablecloth or something because see here, it's got a seam already on it. But I have bought tablecloths and I take them and I just cut them up and put them in the quilts. I've done that before because I know that I probably wouldn't let anybody eat on it. So I'm like, why even put it on the table? But yeah, because it has a seam on two sides. And then, of course, you've got the selvage on the other. So I'm thinking that that's what this is. And even when they seamed it, it's got one on each of the, one is on this side and one on the other side. So they're not even seamed on the same side. So I just cut stuff like this up and I add it into my projects. But that's pretty cool. So thank you, Lois. I'm definitely going to be using it somewhere. Just in case the color isn't right on the screen, it's green with black and white. So that's pretty cool. And then I think this is just the piece she had left over from what she did, I guess. So that's pretty cool. And even if I don't cut it up, it'll be a great piece that I can use as a backing when I'm short a little bit, which I've been thinking about adding a little bit of border to my Brightly quilt. And I'm wondering, if I do that, I might be short just a little bit. So that might come in handy. So yeah, so thank you, Lois. I appreciate that. What a nice surprise. I'm gonna put this down here close to my desk. See what you guys are talking about in the chat. Good night. My brother's leaving. He said it's fun, but I gotta go to run. What a wonderful and thoughtful surprise. Yes, I was not expecting that at all. Let her bring sunshine. Yes. Hi, Kim Barris. She says, hi, T and everyone. Joan E. says, what a wonderful letter. Yes. Okay, Tananya, she's going to email me regarding quilting. Elena says, thanks to everybody. They're talking about her new home she's getting built. She says her sewing machine has been in storage since October. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Eric says that would make nice binding with the green stripes. Yes, and then cut diagonally through. You're absolutely correct. But I think the piece that she sent me probably is enough when you go diagonally to bind a quilt. I think that'll be enough. Remo is reminding people to hit the thumbs up. Thank you, ma'am. Very nice surprise from Stephanie and Darlene. So, yeah. So, yeah, guys, I don't have a whole lot here. Like I said, I'm here working on quilting, and I just didn't want to waste time going into my sewing room and working on something that's not critical for me to work on. I got other quilts behind this that needs to be quilted as well that are customer quilts. So I'm just in the mood of let's get this quilting done. And I also have a quilt lecture next week. I don't know I can't remember if it's Monday or Tuesday, but I do have a quilt lecture next week. This one is at least a little bit closer to home, maybe about 20 minutes, not an hour and a half to 2 hours. Seems like every time I'm going somewhere, I'm driving to do what diddy, as they say. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to this one that's close to home. I need to look. I may have one in May. I need to look and see what else I got scheduled because, I can't remember what I scheduled last year before something sneak up on me. But I think I looked in January. I looked at everything through April. I think I may have something in May and I have something in September, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, I got retreat in May and a retreat in September. Tunanya says, fabric looks very nice change. Oh, Sue says, this was a very nice change from the norm. It jumped on her comment, which is fabric looks like it may have been a Bubba. And I don't know what that one is yet, so I have to look it up. Do what diddy dum diddy do. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and end here, guys. I'm gonna go get me something to eat, take a little break here, because when I first set up and trying to figure out what I'm gonna do, it takes the longest. So first I couldn't find the files. They have disappeared off of my tablet. They have disappeared off of my backup that was on my computer. And I looked everywhere. I searched every flash drive looking for these files because this is not something I use all the time. And then I ended up finding it on a flash drive that I didn't even look at because it was a newer flash drive. So one day in the middle of the night when I was half asleep, thank God I backed up my tablet because the files were on there. It's like it's a whole lot of files missing off of my hard drive. So I don't know where those files have been eaten and taken to, but I'm just thanking the Lord that I did make a copy of my flash. And so now what I need to do is take my flash and put it in something and make another backup copy just in case. Okay. I have two other places on my hard drive on my desktop where I put files. One that I manipulate, one I call myself leaving the originals. It was not in the originals, so I don't know what happened. So, Mary says, Teaquilts, do you have the Brightly pattern on your website? No, I don't. I have not purchased a Brightly pattern. I actually used Missouri Star's video to piece my Brightly quilt. And then I just went and bought another one, a Cluck Cluck Soul's pattern, just to support her because I didn't buy that pattern. So I just went and bought another one that probably was on the internet, but I refused to search to see if it was on the internet. I just went ahead and bought that one because I didn't want to buy something that I'd already done. I did have a Brightly quilt that I had cut for somebody who couldn't pay for it right now. And so I ended up putting it for sale in my Facebook group. And it turns out I'm actually going to be making my quilt again because somebody that bought it is going to pay me to sew it and do it for them. They don't sew. They don't quilt anyway. So I'll be doing another Brightly quilt. I told them after June though. Thanks for the live tea. Have a good night. That's from Colleen. Good night, Colleen. Thank you. And Francis says good night all. So I'm going to go ahead and end here. You all are just saying good night to everybody. You all stay safe, be blessed, and quilt out everybody. Talk to you later. See you Saturday night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for a live sew and chat.